You're welcome back. You're still watching today's business. Now, so many businesses have suffered losses due to the COVID-19 pandemic as well as the lockdown. And we're wondering what is going to happen post-COVID-19. Now, the news I just read a few minutes ago made mention of some businesses going to their, insurance companies to ask them for, for claims for damages, for claims for what they call for disaster and polishing measures for disaster. And so we'll be calling Ayodeji Johnson, an insurance expert and currently the Chief Operating Officer at J. King George and Co. Limited, and he will be talking to us and throwing more light on this issue, because it looks like there is so much back and forth between the insurance company and some of these businesses who feel when I get the claims I'll be able to use it to cushion the effects of COVID-19 and start my business all over again. So Ayodeji Johnson will be, doing justice to that topic and helping us understand better how the insurance industry runs and hopefully how to mitigate against losses during pandemics like this. So we have Ayodeji via Skype. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Messi. How are you doing? Morning, viewers.
All right, so it's such a pleasure to have you. I really can't hear you from here, but hopefully if you can hear me, it's such a pleasure to have you on today's business. So thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you, Messi. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so the last three information I gave out was about insurance. I found out that an X billion of amount was given to the frontline workers, the doctors who are fighting to ensure that the spread of COVID-19 stops in Nigeria, and also those who are infected with the virus, becomes better, whole, cured, and also discharged from the hospital. Further down, we realize that some businesses are running to their insurance companies to ask for claims. So you might really help put more light on this issue to help us understand if they are wrong in the first place, because the insurance companies are saying it doesn't cover for pandemics like this. It only covers for disaster and the rest of them. So just, take us through this drama a bit and throw more light on it and, make us understand better what's going on here.
Thank you very much, Mercy, for this opportunity. In Nigeria, unlike the US, business interruption is not issued a loan, but as a byproduct of a commercial policy. Essential business interruption rider follows fire or material damage policies. So anybody running to his or insurance company today to say, because there's been this pandemic, you need to pay me, you need to do this, you need to do that, that isn't going to work. The debates going on are because of what people have read about policyholders' demands elsewhere. No insurance company all over the world is paying on this. And I can tell you that it's also not going to happen in Nigeria unless, especially with the pandemic. Now, the COVID-19 pandemic has amplified the importance of insurance sector's role in development and in the economic resilience of businesses and individuals. I can tell you, as of April 25th, a third of the global population was in lockdown to slow down the spread of this virus. Lockdown measures have forced many businesses not operating in essential services to temporarily close their doors. Now, while this has a huge impact on all businesses, it is likely to hit the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises the hardest. I can assure you. Now, without adequate reserves, appropriate insurance solutions, or easy access to credit, many SMEs are forced to lay off workers, close shop permanently. Now, if not for the business interruption that people are clamoring for now, I've always known that a lot of people take insurances because they are compelled to take it, not because they see the need to do insurance. Now, without adequate reserves, appropriate insurance solutions, or easy access to credit, this would lead in turn to these small-scale businesses to shut down. Now, it has devastating effects on individuals' welfare and economics at scale. The increasing hardship caused by COVID-19 on individuals, businesses, and economics has further highlighted the importance of a sound, stable, and developed insurance markets and the role it plays. This is when everybody needs to take insurance seriously. I can tell you, like individuals.
Dr. Ayodeji,
Yes, ma'am.
I think I want us
Yes,
to
ma'am.
put things in perspective here. Yeah, we know how much COVID-19 has brought about so much damage. It has left so much destruction in its path, and we are feeling the brunt of that right now. But we just need more light on this issue now. Is it that the people, the businesses, did not understand the policy they were going in for when they were signing up for the business insurance or business interruption insurance, or is it that the insurance companies did not spell it out clearly to them? So we need to get that understanding, you know, just so we can move on from there.
Okay, great. Now, I will tell you, most businesses just want to take up insurance for the basic needs. Once you tell them every other thing they need to take up, riders and things like that, for example, this business interruption, they tell you that nothing is going to happen. Are you praying for a pandemic? Nobody expected this to happen. And because nobody expected this to happen, people would naturally not take insurances. For example, Wimbledon had been paying against something like this for the past how many years? Now it's happened, they're going to smile home just because they've been able to take adequate insurance to cover their risk. Basically, this is what this is about. So for most people, what forms of insurances they take are basically what they need at that time. I'm also going to lay the blame on us as practitioners, because we also always just go in, get whatever it is that the client wants out of us, and move out. Meanwhile, we're supposed to actually cross-sell. For example, a client calls me into his office, he wants to do a motor insurance. This guy needs a life policy. Why am I not selling a life policy to him? Why would I just go, pick the motor, and go out? This guy needs a group personal accident insurance. Why am I just going, picking motor, and going? So we need to actually cross-sell. Let these guys understand whatever it is they're supposed to take. Let us structure payment plans, payment patterns for them to be able to take all of these policies, because that guarantees their safety, that guarantees their wealth if anything happens.
For sometimes have issues, you know, with this insurance, with insuring our businesses and some other properties that we have is because of the mentality. We just feel, oh, you just hear, oh, God forbid, it's not our portion, you know. So that's a huge challenge. This means the insurance companies would have to do a lot to educate and inform the people on the benefits of insuring their properties and also insuring against pandemic like this. Don't you think so?
Yes, I strongly agree with you on that. And like I said, it also has to do with the purchasing power of each and every individual. Now, for us as insurance practitioners, what we've been preaching at J.H.O. George and what the Nigerian Council of Registered Insurance Brokers as a body also preaches is that we should take an all-encompassing look at this risk, present it to the clients. Let the clients now decide, okay, for this particular month, I'm able to do this set of insurances. By next month, when I'm able to have enough purchasing power, I'll take these other policies. That's how we should begin to structure this for our clients. But if we say that, oh, because the person can only afford to do motor today, we're taking the motor out of him and we're leaving him exposed to every other thing, we haven't fully done justice to the clients.
Before we drag people in or make people understand the benefits of having insurance, talk to us, how does insurance contribute to the growth of the economy, one? Then two, how does the insurance as well contribute to helping small businesses? So that two questions in one.
Hey, thank you very much, Mercy. I'm going to tell you today that the insurance body as a whole have already contributed towards COVID-19. I know that for the front runners, we've done insurance life policies for them. So any of them that dies or that hospitalized, critical illness and all of that, the policy covers for them. That's us contributing to the economy. That's not the government coming in to now say, oh, we're paying these premiums on our own. Insurance as a body has already done that. That's one. Two, the insurance companies employ people. The employers of labor, they all pay taxes. These are ways by which I can tell you insurance contributes to the economy of our nation. On the flip side of it, some of the benefits. Sorry, Mercy, could you come again with your second question? I think I missed that there.
Okay, first of all, to the growth of the economy, which you have responded, and now to SMEs, how they assist businesses, you know, because some of these guys will be thinking, all you're going to do is collect my money, collect my money, collect my money, and if nothing happens, what happens to my money? So what kind of value are you adding to my business as an SME?
Okay, so making our rule to the SMEs is a bit challenging. Challenging in the sense that most of the SMEs do not have business data. They don't have information such as business revenue, risk, constraints. So they are limited and often difficult to decipher given the informal nature of the SMEs. And of course, their complex insurance needs. So one of the things that SMEs needs to do is to come clean with the insurance company. Let them know exactly to what extent their insurance needs are. Once we recognize what these needs are, I can assure you that we'll profile solutions that will better help them manage their risk. We've got professionals in the insurance industry that can do this. I'm not speaking for myself alone. I'm speaking for my colleagues in the insurance industry. There is nothing that we won't do to help the MSs grow by way of seeing them adequate insurances. Like I explained to you before, we can actually look for ways of spreading their premium payments so that it doesn't kill their business. But at the same time, it gives them adequate cover. Overcoming these barriers deserve more of our attention, and I'm hoping that that's what we'll be doing going forward.
All right, Ayodeji, let me get your reaction to the reports that the Nigerian insurance industry has provided life insurance cover of 11 billion naira for frontline health workers in the battle against COVID-19. What's your reaction to that? Is that enough, or do they need to do more, or is that even too much?
Well, for starters, I can tell you that, and I want to congratulate my colleagues in the industry, we've done well. For us to say we're providing cover for front runners is a welcome development and a step in the right direction. Everybody in the insurance industry applaud this. And I'm glad that the president in his speech day before yesterday mentioned this. Now, we have done this. We've taken from the resources that we have. These are supposedly profits, investments that we've used to pay these premiums. I believe that this has gone a long way in alleviating whatever issues this frontline members of staff are facing currently. And I believe that we've done right.
All right, Ayodeji, let's talk about life after COVID-19. I mean, this has affected so many businesses, and one of the things that the disposable income of some of these companies will not be so much available. Now, do you see the insurance company being affected after, post-COVID-19, meaning people will not be able to bring more money to, insure stuff because they want to, get back and recoup? So do you see the insurance industry, being affected?
Mercy, thanks for this question. I can assure you that yes, there is no way the insurance industry will not be affected by this. One, as we speak right now, some policyholders are not able to renew their premiums. To renew their policies. Now, one of the things that would happen as soon as we resume is everybody wants to get back to building up their business. But I can also say at this time, while everybody's looking to build up their businesses, they should also factor in insurance. Nobody expected this pandemic to happen. It's affected lives. Now, our takeaway from this should be that insurance is one of the critical aspects of anybody's business going forward. In as much as, yes, this is hyping my industry and everything, but it is clear to everybody today that these things happen. Nobody prays for it. As at December last year, nobody expected COVID-19 to be in Nigeria. But as at today, we've got well over 1,000 people or 1,300 people that have been diagnosed with it. And those are the people that we know of. So these things happen. Businesses are going to be affected. For example, risks faced in logistics and transport value chain may be very different from risks faced in construction value chain. Yet, current corporate product offerings tend to be generic. So we need to look deeply into making sure that the businesses that we have are adequately covered. Get into alliances with your brokers, with your insurance companies. Let them show how you can premium over time. If it's a 3-month window that they're giving you, if it's a 2-month window that they're giving you, just make sure you have insurance so that you can be adequate in case anything happens to you. It might not be a pandemic.
All right, Ayodeji, this seems to be a very sensitive issue for some people because they would say, I have given such and such, you know, to cover for the business interruption, insurance, and other policy, but I'm not getting anything in return. Now, currently in Nigeria, do we have policies that cover pandemic issues like this?
Like I explained in my opening statement, business interruption, they are not sold as a one-off product. They are usually byproducts. They are usually riders in a policy. Now, if someone comes to the insurance firm and says, I want fire insurance, and then we give quotes and we give all of that, and then we're saying that because we need to put a rider for business interruption, and the person says, no, I just want a basic insurance. We've done our bit by advising this person. If the person now says because of premium, because of the amount I'm supposed to be paying and all of that, I can't afford this, give me basic cover. So I can tell you that in Nigeria as of today, most of the policies that we have flying around are without business interruption. There are some commercial policies for major clients that you find with business interruption because that has been factored in and premiums have been paid. But for most SMEs, for most of people like that, they'll tell you what you're offering me is too much. Once you're giving them advice on what to do and everything, they run to another person that just gives them a basic cover. And they take that basic cover. They term you as an expensive insurance company or insurance broker that doesn't know what he or she is doing. Meanwhile, it is times like this that everything now comes out. Because that's when you realize that the business interruption rider or byproduct that was supposed to have been in your policy is not in it. So how would you hold an insurance company liable for what you didn't buy?
This somehow proves to me, and it indicates that amidst all the challenges facing the insurance industry in Nigeria, I think there's a problem of regulation. Does that sound like it?
Now, when you talk of regulation, I can tell you that the Nigerian National Insurance Commission, who is an umbrella body for the insurance industry, are actually doing what they can.
Okay.
For us as organizations, insurance professionals, one of the things I think we need to do is to make sure that come what may, we sell what the individual needs for his business. So we're looking at tailor-made products for each and every person, not just generic products. So if someone comes to me today and wants to sell me some products, the person should look at me, look at my business in totality, and give me all the explanations I need to have. So this isn't about regulation. This has to do with the people, well, I would say frontline marketers now that go out to sell. All of these guys are on targets. Daily targets, monthly targets, weekly targets. On Fridays, they need to do reviews, or Mondays, they need to do reviews and everything. Because of this, probably they just pick whatever it is they can find without really drilling down as to, okay, doing more of feasibility on the client. Everybody wants to just sell sell a product, go back to the office and say, yes, I've made a sale. One of the things we need to do going forward is to make sure we profile the client properly and adequately provide what the client needs for his business.
The way forward for that. Before we let you go finally, talk to us about so far. I just want to get your reaction to the lockdown. People are saying the lockdown should be eased, and some other people are saying the lockdown should continue, because when you let people out, with the cases increasing day by day, it could become exponential. So from your point of view, you know, you always calculate risk. That's what your work is about. From your point of view, do you support the ease of the lockdown in Lagos, Ogun, and the FCT? Why? If not, why as well?
My personal opinion, I'm actually scared of going to work on Monday. Now, I'm going to be resuming with a lot of people that I've not seen in the last 1 month. I don't know how it is that they're taking care of themselves. If I've been careful, how am I so sure the next person has taken proper care and precautions on this COVID thing? So if I'm going to answer you honestly, I'll tell you, as of this morning, 80 people were diagnosed in Lagos over yesterday. Yesterday, I think about 70 people. So that means 150 in Lagos already. Community transference of this has actually started. I am afraid that relaxing restrictions and all of this right now at this critical point, I don't think is the right thing for us. What each and every one, since the government has relaxed now, what each and every organization needs to do going forward is to look for ways to manage this. For example, I'm putting some measures in place to resumption on Monday. Even before the lockdown started, we had already decided on our own to reduce staff strengths. This set of people coming today, this week, the next come the following week, so that our exposures are limited. That's one. Two, I went a step further to calling and monitoring my guys to know where each and everybody is at the time. The fact that you've been asked to stay at home is not now licensed for you to start playing football with 50, 60 people on your streets. So these are some of the things that we need to look at going forward. I don't think, and I'm saying it again, I don't think that restrictions to be relaxed as at this time. Working from home should be one of the things we should all imbibe going forward, until at least this curve has turned around and people are able to see that the infections are not spreading anymore. That for me is key.
All right. Thank you so much for engaging us and throwing more light on insurance issues in Nigeria. We're speaking with Ayodeji Johnson. He is an insurance expert, and he has been doing good justice to us. Thank you so much for joining us today, Ayodeji.
Thank you for having me, ma'am.
All right, all right. We'll continue to this business right after this break. Please don't go anywhere.